The truth is, no guy wants a 57-year-old.
I've just been dumped. Well, not...
I'm fucking old school, bitch, and I'm not courting no man.
I'm 46 years old, and while I'm getting ready for surgery and everything, it dawned on me that I'm 46 years old.
I asked a friend of mine, why are older guys afraid of a committed relationship?
I'm not with this new world of dating. I don't know if it's because I'm a millennial or what, but...
Welcome to Masculine Dow, where we speak truth about leadership, love, and modern dating. No games, just growth.
What the fuck is going on that men don't want to put any effort into their relationship? What happened to men courting women? Why, as women, do we have to court the man now? I'm fucking old school, bitch, and I'm not courting no man. If you don't know how to keep me or get me back, put some effort into even acting like you even want this shit, I don't got time. Where's the effort?
You didn't outgrow male attention, you aged out of it. Call it peace if you want, but don't call it empowerment. Men reward value, not narratives.
I've just been dumped. Well, not dumped because we weren't dating. I've been friend-zoned. Actually, no, I don't think I've been friend-zoned either. I think I've been let go.
Call a spade, not a big spoon. Admit you have been dumped.
And we've been on 3 or 4 dates over the last month. Tick, 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 tick on my list. But over the last 2 weeks, he's been overseas for work and he's also been interstate for work. So we've had this massive break. Unfortunately, that has a tendency to kind of block the consistency. Now, he's trying to swing between 2 states. Is he moving to Melbourne? Is he staying in another state? He's not sure. So he's kind of in this weird space of a bit of the unknown. So I was feeling it the last few days. I felt a bit of the pullback. The texting wasn't quite as, interesting. He wasn't as interested. He wasn't asking any questions, really. So I noticed there was a shift. So I just kind of sat with it and I thought, okay, let's just see what happens. You can't always look at somebody not wanting to pursue you or a relationship with you as a full rejection. I think we have to kind of take stock of that and say, I'm a good person. I'm a catch. I know what I'm bringing to the table. I know what I'm offering. I know what I can give to the right person.
We went on 3 or 4 dates. Tick, tick, tick. Oh, you got a checklist? Dating isn't Costco. You don't collect points for attendance.
I'm 46 years old, and while I'm getting ready for surgery and everything, it dawned on me that I'm 46 years old and I don't have a husband to take care of me. Being single and 46 sucks. It just sucks. And I make jokes about buffoons that I have been encountering in dating, but in reality, this is my reality.
Going for surgery will not attract anyone, neither beautiful. Gold can never be exchanged for silver or copper.
I asked a friend of mine, why are older guys afraid of a committed relationship? His response is because they're complicated.
Men have never been complicated. You're not the ripe enough to be eaten.
They don't have to be complicated. If a person is willing to make the effort and work together, that's overcoming any kind of complication. All right. I have my daughter 50% of the time, and I swear to God, I have more free time than other fucking people who don't have kids. You know why? Because if the person is important to me, I'm going to make free time for them because they're important to me because they matter. It's just fucking ridiculous. Like, people are like, oh, it's complicated because you don't want to fucking work on it. Like, fuck that shit. Like, it should not be so hard because it's not. It's just you're making it harder than it needs to be, is how it is.
Look at this old hag. Men choose peace over drama. Men aren't afraid of commitment. Men are tired of committing to chaos.
I'm not with this new world of dating. I don't know if it's because I'm a millennial or what, but I'll give you an example. Met a guy. We talked briefly. We were on a train when I was at the airport, and he Now keep in mind, I'm a relationship kind of girl, so I have been like in and out of the same relationship for a little bit, but now I'm single. So we talked. He's like, well, I need your number so I can take you on a date. He was cool, so I gave him my number. Ever since I gave him my number, he's just texts me like the good morning beautiful every day.
Wait a minute. You think giving him your number will smoothen everything, Pumpkinhead?
And I'm just like, or what you doing? And the thing that threw me off is he said, do you have social media? And I said, I do. So he said, okay, what's your IG? And I said, I'll give it to you one day. And he said, is it a secret? And I said, no, I just prefer to get to know someone before we start looking through social media. And he's like, I understand that. So that's my thing. Like, I don't want anyone going to my social media, like trying to figure me out, because that's how a lot of men try to give you what they think you want, as opposed to just getting to know you and being authentic. I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel about it. So after that, it would just be like a good morning text or like small talk text throughout the day. But you haven't called to say how you doing. You haven't called to like have conversation or to schedule a date to have conversation in person. So for me, I think that's already not gonna work for me. So I may just like abort mission. I just prefer more of an old school approach.
If you can't afford bread, then buy cakes. If you see it as heavy for you, better stay alone. Men have gone past that.
Anyway, the point is, people say, oh, why do you go on dating apps? You know, you can just meet someone in real life. Can you? Can you though? Can you actually meet someone in real life? I don't think so. Because you know what? I'm going to say it. Men in real life are pussies. I said what I said. I don't know. The situation, it feels a little hopeless. Like, I'm angling my body towards you. I don't have a ring on. It's a Sunday night. I'm sitting at a bar by myself. I'm flirting with you without saying anything. I can't quite make eye contact because you're next to me.
Men don't approach because the risk is high and the signal is weak. If you want a man, stop hinting and start speaking. Game has changed. Chase it if you want it.
The truth is, no guy wants a 57-year-old. Really? Shark 3061? How old are you? Let's see your picture now.
If age decides attraction, post your picture and prove your theory. No man wants to use outdated software. Watch out.
Let me tell y'all how wild my dating life has been here. Well, it's not even wild. It's the opposite of wild. It is non-existent. It is at 0% in Miami. And so obviously I am a Black woman, but more specifically, I'm a Black American woman, and I'm also 42 years old. So that's really the whole crux to this problem, is I don't fit the demographic here. There's just not enough of other people. So I'm from the DMV area, and my dating life up there, complete contrast to what is going on down here. I have no issues, okay? But I had no idea I was gonna come down here and feel like ugly every day. And I'm like, damn, am I ugly? So, as a Black American woman, well, speaking for myself, because I don't think this is law, but I am most attracted to Black American men, or I will let a first generation African slide into. But I'm most attracted to people who identify as Black American. I need the colloquialisms. I need the expressions of culture that we both can understand. I need to talk to you about, a Martin episode and you understand what I'm talking about, or, all of the things that make Black American culture and so rich, I need that in my partner. And so I'm like, okay, this is crazy. So it's funny because I am on the dating apps, and like on Hinge, you can move your cursor to different cities, right? So if I move my cursor to Houston, Atlanta, especially back in DC, overnight, 50 likes. Boom. And I don't think that I'm like this gorgeous woman at all, but I don't think I'm ugly either. But in Miami,
You moved to Miami with DC expectations, same standards, different market. Calculate your move. Runaway, bitch.
What I'm about to say might be a little problematic, and I'm not trying to be. I'm 44 years old, and I used to make fun of women who used to say, oh, I can't find a man in my 40s, blah, 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 blah. So my 30-year-old self would say, that's impossible. You're probably not looking. But now that I'm 44, I realize, like, it's kind of true. I find that a lot of men our age want younger women.
Everyone desires to eat a fresh ripe fruit, not left over. Pull up your stockings.
And it's not cool. But I'm finding they want them for a different reason. I think they find the immaturity desirable, because when we were 20, we didn't know what we wanted. We were insecure. We're looking for validation. We did anything a guy wanted us to do just to feel accepted. So now that we're in our 40s and we're confident, we know what we want, we won't settle, we will speak up and say what we desire, what we want, and won't tolerate. I find that it's harder to find a man who's okay with that, if that makes sense. Does anybody else resonate with this? So is it hard to find a man who will love you for your age, for your confidence, for your intellect, and for your maturity? I'm going to hold on to hope.
Men, don't fear your age. Just lower arrogance and pride.
I wanted to make this quick video because I shared with somebody the paperwork came in about the divorce. And their suggestion was, oh, you got to go play like Freebird or Flowers or Since You've Been Gone and make a reel of singing to it. And I read that message and my immediate thought was, no, I just wanted to cry.
Women are funny. They grieve the breakup, not the behavior that caused it.
Years is a long time. Ah, 10 years is a long time. To be with someone, to grow a life with them, and to come out on the other side of it. It's great and it's emotional, right? It's light and happy and it's heavy. All these things are true.
Let's be real, men don't get the luxury to fall apart publicly. While everyone's telling her to cry it out, he's expected to keep working, keep paying, keep it together. 10 years ending hurts both sides. Silence doesn't mean he's cold, it means he's surviving. Check out this other woman.
Right, so here we go. Here is what's been going on with me for anyone who's been following along. Back in 2025, in the summer, I got divorced after 20 years of marriage. I launched my son. I sold our family home. I moved into a 2-bedroom apartment. And just when I was on the upswing, really ready to embrace the next chapter of my life, something very devastating happened that really gutted me. So I have been sidelined and struggling and trying to pull my up.
You walked out. Own the consequences.
I'm sharing my story on social media, because every time I talk to a woman and I'm vulnerable and I share what's going on, they start talking to me about their stories. And the story is not about divorce. The story is about finding yourself after being a mom, after being a wife, after being in a career, whatever that stage in your life is. This is a story for women who are in the second chapter of life and are reinventing themselves, rediscovering themselves. And how do you get there? How do you pull yourself up? How do you emerge from that? This is what that story is about. And yes, I got divorced. Yes, I moved from this big, beautiful home into an apartment. All these things, but I found myself. I made it through. I'm very strong and I'm very hopeful for the future.
Sure, she's sharing her journey and struggles, but let's not forget the other side. He lived through the same divorce, the same upheaval, and the same losses. Men don't get the spotlight for surviving heartbreak or rebuilding their lives. They just carry it quietly and keep going.
Okay, there's this kind of really weird thing that happens post-divorce where you're over the divorce, but the grief sneaks in ways you didn't expect. You know, they say, like, even when you lose somebody, grief sneaks in when you least expect it. So it's holiday season, really very Merry Christmas. I've got a lot of great, wonderful things going on. I was having a conversation with my children.
This isn't about seasons, it's life. You made your choices, live with them, and now own the consequences. Men went through the same storm, quietly carrying the weight.
And my kid said to me, why are you crying about this? Like, what are you upset about? And I looked at them and I said, quite honestly, this is just not how I pictured my life. Here I am at 49. I have, 2 teenagers and a 20-year-old, and just never in a million years imagined it'd be like this. We will have a Merry Christmas. We are resilient. We have great things going on, but kind of sad that this is what it's come to, because it's just not what I anticipated for my life. Am I the only one who feels that way? Don't miss my ex, no offense. Don't miss the chaos of life before the divorce, which was almost worse. But, realizing maybe new traditions are great, but it's just not what I expected. And I'm just still grieving that.
Honestly, women are funny. Watch all this grief and drama now, but wait until life hits her next. He moved on, built his life, stayed strong, and didn't let chaos drag him down. That's the reality. Strength isn't crying over what's lost, it's standing tall and moving forward, 100%.
Well, I'm off to Mexico today, and what I'm finding in this new period in my life is that I'm understanding things I never truly understood before.
That's not some deep revelation, that's life.
I have a lot of friends, like all of you do, that have been through divorce. But I was happily married for 48 years. And I did not really understand the pain of losing someone. And then I had a boyfriend, and it was a disaster. And it was so painful, all of it. And I think of my friends who went through divorce and then lost a parent or whatever. And I think I must have been very shallow not to appreciate how awful it was. But what I do appreciate is the support I've had from my friends and my family. So this has been a fabulous trip. And I'm looking forward to seeing my friend Cindy in Mexico.
Pain isn't new. Men get divorced, lose parents, get wrecked, and still show up. No trips, no speeches, no applause. We don't discover life late. We survive it early and keep moving.
I'm sitting here trying to pull myself together to walk into work. But divorcing someone who wants to take more than they already have is... I can't even express the level of exhaustion that I have. But my kids deserve stability. And he's already created so much chaos and uncertainty for the future and financial insecurity. I'm working my ass off.
Divorce isn't pain, it's greed. Men work, provide, and carry the chaos while others cry. Style up.
My ass off. I have been working my ass off. And all he's been doing is threatening to take it away. And what was supposed to be an uncontested divorce. He has fought me tooth and nail throughout this entire time. from the original agreement that we had. Now he doesn't want to pay child support, and he's hiring a lawyer to take everything else that he thinks is his, because he is a selfish bastard who hasn't already taken enough, hasn't already gambled enough. But our kids deserve stability. They deserve their home. They don't deserve any more uncertainty and to be uprooted any more than they already have. So I'm going to continue to fight this bastard, even though I don't have anything left in me. And I am exhausted in a way that I can't even express. But I'm a mom first, and my kids deserve stability in the chaos that he created. So I'm going to fight him.
This isn't about pain, it's about greed. Men get drained, threatened, and attacked, yet we keep providing, keep fighting for stability, while others destroy everything. Responsibility isn't optional.
I got divorced at 53 years old after an 18-year marriage. And there have been plenty of times post-divorce where I've kind of lamented the fact that I spent so many years in a bad marriage. Why didn't I get a divorce sooner? I wish I was younger when I got the divorce. Now I'm realizing that at 53 years old, this was the perfect time for me to have gotten a divorce. Because at 53, I am no longer the focus of male attention.
That's not insight, that's bitterness. Men don't measure life by attention or regrets. You adapt, survive, and move forward. Life doesn't wait.
When I was a teenage girl and I started getting attention from boys and men, I kind of found myself on this hamster wheel of wanting attention because the attention made me feel good. It made me feel pretty. It made me feel smart. It made me feel confident in myself. It was just a very slippery slope from receiving attention to actively seeking male validation. What a man thought about me mattered, because eventually it was going to lead to a man choosing me to be his wife. And once I was chosen as a wife, I could relax. I could just finally be myself because I was going to have this man who loved me and accepted me.
Attention is an achievement. Men don't define worth by validation or being chosen. We survive, provide, and earn respect. No applause, no waiting to be picked.